Hey guys, it's Sekaar, and today we're going to be going over the hybrid Nightblade that I've been using for the Lost Depths chapter. I've been really enjoying this. I think it just absolutely does insane amounts of damage, insane healing. Honestly, the damage numbers that I've hit on this build have been higher than basically any other build I think I've ever played, to be honest. And so I've absolutely been loving it. It's tanky. It's got nice healing. It's got nice damage. Really feels like the perfect build this patch. I'm really sorry though. I recorded like 3 or 4 videos today of just really good fights that I got during my stream, and none of them saved. So I don't know what that was. I really wanted to give you guys some clips at the beginning of this just to show you guys how well the build works. So you guys are just gonna really have to trust me on this. I really promise that it works though. I really enjoy it. So I hope that you guys too. And I'm gonna stop talking now. We're gonna get on with the video. But one last thing, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It would really help me out so much. We just passed 3,000 subs on YouTube, and I want to just get to that 4,000 mark now. I really appreciate it. So guys, no more talking. Let's get on with the video. Alright guys, let's get started. First things first, we're going to look at our character sheet. We are definitely going to be a Khajiit on this Nightblade. There is no other class to be to run this build in my opinion, so please go Khajiit. I don't want to see in the comments, can I go Wood Elf? Can I go Orc? No, guys, do Khajiit on this build. Trust me, the crit is insane. The way we're going to break down our attributes is 47 points into magic, 9 points into health, and 8 points into stamina to give us a 24.7k max magic pool, 30.5k health pool, and a 17.3k max stam pool. Our Mundus is going to be the Shadow to increase our critical damage and healing by 14%. And then our food, as always, is going to be Orzoga Smirked Bear Haunch. If you can afford this food, I definitely recommend using the Jewels of Misrule food. It is purple, and you just lose a little bit of health and a tiny little bit of recovery. It is not really noticeable, so if you can't really afford this, which it is very expensive, I understand, use the Jewels of Misrule food. Then, as always, we're going to be a Vampire Stage 3 on this build in order to increase our tankiness. That Undeath passive is absolutely massive. To take less damage, the lower health you are is huge. I definitely recommend it. You need that on this build. Onto our gear, our monster set is going to be Balorgs. Our helmet is going to be heavy reinforced, and our shoulder is going to be light divines. And what Balorgs does is the one piece gives you weapon and spell damage, and then the two piece is when you use an ultimate ability, you gain weapon and spell damage equal to the amount of total ultimate consumed. So say you use 200 ultimates, you're going to get 200 weapon and spell damage increase. And then also your physical and spell penetration is going to be equal to 23 times the amount for 12 seconds as well. So basically that 200 ult, you're going to times that by 23, which I don't do math. So guys, you guys can figure that out, but it is a lot of damage. So I definitely recommend using this. This is the best monster set in the game for this. Please use this. Our chest piece is going to be a heavy Curse of the Night Mother in Reinforced. What Night Mother does is the 2-piece gives you crit chance, the 3-piece gives you weapon and spell damage, the 4-piece gives you another line of crit chance, and the 5-piece is when you deal critical damage, you apply Major Breach to the enemy, reducing their physical and spell resistance by 6k for 4 seconds, so you're going to be hitting them a lot harder when you get this active on them. I definitely recommend using this. When you're getting that Major Breach on them, you're hitting like an absolute truck. I love it so much, and we're gonna be critting all the time, so this is gonna be really helpful on this build. And then on to our hands, we're going to be doing a medium Bracers of the Night Mother in Divines. The reason why we're doing Divines on this build is because of this other set that we're running. We are running Rallying Cry. Rallying Cry is going to give you critical chance, max magic, sorry. Another line of crit chance when you're on your back bar, and then the 5-piece is while your battle spirit is active, aka when you're in Cyrodiil, a battleground, Imperial City, or if you're in a duel, it's going to activate when you critically heal yourself or an ally. So that is pretty easy on this build. You have a lot of crit. So you're going to be increasing your weapon and spell damage by 300 and your critical resistance by 1,650 for 20 seconds. So that is absolutely massive for running solo. You lose a little bit when you start grouping up with more people, but it is still worth it if you're in like a 2 to 3 man. It is absolutely massive, so you don't need to use Impen when you have Rallying Cry active because you already have your critical resist super high, so we're using Divines to get our damage up really, really, really high. So Rallying Cry is huge for this. I love it. Our feet are also going to be Rallying Cry in Divines. Our legs are going to be Heavy Night Mother in Reinforced. And then, as you can see, all of our body pieces are going to have the Prismatic Enchant on it to increase our max health, magic, and stamina as high as possible. Our jewelry is going to have as our necklace, a necklace of the trainee. We have one extra slot on this build, so I like to use trainee to increase your maximum health by 1,400. And then also, we're going to be using this in the Swift trait with a weapon damage enchant on it. Our other ring is going to be Rallying Cry in Infused with another weapon damage enchant on it. And then our mythic is going to be Markin in the Infused trait with a weapon damage glyph on it. And I love Markin the most out of any mythic on this build because it really just helps your tankiness and damage. Sea Serpents is nice, but I really don't like to deal with that snare anymore. I'm kind of over it. So what Markin's doing is because you're going to have at least the 3-piece of both Night Mothers and Rallying Cry active on both bars, it's going to give you 200 weapon and spell damage increased and an extra 2,300 armor. So that is absolutely massive. I really like it a lot. Our front bar is going to be dual wield axes for Night Mother. Our main hand is going to be Nirnhoned. Our offhand is going to be sharpened. Our glyph for our Nirnhoned one is going to be shock damage, and our offhand sharpened one is going to be poison damage. And then our back bar is going to be Rallying Cry Ice Staff in defending. I like Ice Staff a lot. I like defending a lot. Increase your resistances so high. I really, really, really like it. And then we're going to move on to our skills. But before we even go over the skills, I want to make one really important note. Since we're using Ice Staff as our back bar, you do not want to use the passive Tri-Focus at all. Leave that out because while an Ice Staff is equipped, blocking costs magic instead of stamina, and you do not want to use that. You want to keep that stamina pool in your blocking tree. Trust me, do not use this. I was using it for a little bit, and I noticed that my magic sustain was not that good because of it, so do not use this passive. But anyway, onto our damage abilities. We're going to be using Concealed Weapon as our main spammable. We're hitting like a truck with this. This ability has everything. Insane damage, critical strikes, it leaves them off balance. When you leave Sneak, Invisibility, or Major Expedition ends while in combat, your damage is done is increased by 10% for 5 seconds, so that's huge with some of our back bar abilities. Then while you're slotted, you gain Minor Expedition. This ability has everything. That spammable is phenomenal. Use this. Camo Hunter, you don't need to activate this ever, really. You just need to keep it on your bar because just by having it slotted, you're going to be having Major Savagery and Prophecy, increasing your weapon and spell critical rating by 2,600. And then also, when you deal damage from the flank, you also get Minor Berserk, so that is huge. Power Extraction. You want to use this on anybody that's roll dodging or spamming, or if you want to bring somebody out of stealth, but mostly we use this because of the Major Brutality and the Minor Courage. So it's going to increase our weapon and spell damage by 20%, and it's also going to increase our damage done by our weapon and spell damage by 215 for 30 seconds. So the damage that you get from this just by activating this on somebody is huge. Then also, you're going to be getting Minor Cowardice on your enemies too, so it's going to reduce their weapon and spell damage by 215 as well, so it's a really loaded skill. Killer's Blade, this is going to be our execute on this build, so only use this ability when your enemy's at low health. Merciless Resolve, this is going to be your proc that you're going to want to combo with your Incap and all of your other abilities. When you get to 5 stacks, you get to shoot a bow off, which is absolutely insane damage. Regularly I hit anywhere upwards of 15k bows on people. I think the highest I've ever hit is a 28k on somebody, so I'm still trying to get to that 30k mark. I'm trying. So hopefully we get there soon, but I really like Merciless Resolve. Please use this. I love it so much. Then Incapacitating Strike, guys, we're on Nightblade. Of course, we're going to use Incap. You're going to want to use this ability, though, when you're at 120 ult, not 76 ult, because the 120 version is going to give you that stun on your enemies. If you have ultimate that's less than that, it will not stun them. So definitely save this until you have 120 ult. If you don't, they won't stun, and it'll be harder to get your combos off. Our back bar is going to be siphoning attacks. This is going to really help your sustain and your overall health. Just by light and heavy attacking when this is active, it's going to restore health and magic. And then you also restore magic when the effect ends as well, so that's huge. Phantasmal Escape, this is going to be your source of major evasion, so it's going to reduce your damage taken from AoEs by 20%. And it's also going to be your snare removal too, so it is absolutely massive. And then also, guys, Nightblade skills are loaded. It's almost like this class needs a huge nerf, guys. Just saying, ZeniMax, pay attention. Anyways, while it's active, taking direct damage reduces the cost of your next roll dodge by 10%. And it's up to a maximum of 100%. So if you're just taking direct damage, you take a little bit of damage, roll dodge every like 5 seconds or so, you're going to be getting almost free roll dodges, and that's absolutely massive. Resolving Vigor, this is going to be one of your best heals on this build. This is going to give you a nice heal over the 5 seconds, and then on top of that, you're also going to get Minor Resolve, so it's going to increase your physical and spell resistance by 3k for 20 seconds. Refreshing Path is going to be our 4th skill in our back bar. This is going to give you Major Expedition, Minor Endurance, and Minor Intellect. So it's going to increase your movement speed by 30%, your stamina and magic recovery by 15%. So this is loaded, that skill as well. You get a lot of stuff for that. So definitely keep that active at all times. And while you're in the area of it, you're also going to get a nice heal too. So that's just another chance if you're on your back bar to proc your Rallying Cry. So using your Refreshing Path and then your Resolving Vigor, you're going to proc your Rallying Cry really easily. Then Healthy Offering, this is going to be your burst heal. I've hit insane heals with this. The tooltip right here says 12k, but I've hit upwards of 15 to 18k Healthy Offerings on myself and on my allies. And then after you cast it, you gain Minor Mending for 10 seconds, increasing your healing done by 8%. So these skills are loaded. I love them so much. The amount of healing on this build is really good, and the amount of damage on this is really good as well. And then on your back bar, you're going to be using Temporal Guard as your ultimate. You're not going to really use this that much, but while you have it slotted, you gain Minor Protection, reducing your damage taken by 5%. So I just keep that slotted on all times. I don't ever use this. I only use Incap on my front bar, but this is a good way to get your tankiness up too. Then finally, our champion points, our blue slottables are going to break down like this: Fighting Finesse, Master at Arms, Focus Mending, and Ironclad. Our red tree is Pain's Refuge, Sustained by Suffering, Celerity, and Survival Instincts. Our green tree, the only ones that really matter, are Rationer because food is expensive, Liquid Efficiency because potions are expensive. I mean, you could use Sustained Shadows. I mean, that helps too, but I don't really use it too much because we don't use the stealth ability at all. Then also, what's really important is using Breakfall. That is a insane passive. Please use that as well. But guys, that is it. I really hope you enjoyed. I really would appreciate it if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. Subscribing is free on YouTube. So guys, please subscribe to the channel. We just passed 3,000 subscribers. Sorry, followers is Twitch, subscribers is YouTube. Guys, we just passed 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. I really appreciate it. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal, and the support has been absolutely unreal. I appreciate you guys so much. But that's it from me. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see this build live in action, I stream 5 days a week on Twitch. The link will be in the description. So if you guys want to go follow me there, I would appreciate that too. So guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the next video. Later.